And it's important to have good hydrochloric acid because it's one of our front line of defences. So how can we boost hydrochloric acid? But by the way, how does it get depleted? It gets depleted when people are eating every 2 hours. It gets depleted when people eat their biggest meal at the end of the day and their poor old stomach has to keep working through the night when the rest of you's sleeping. It gets depleted when people are drinking large amounts of water with the meal, just totally dilutes it. Stress, anxiety with the meal can reduce hydrochloric acid. And many people today say, well, I get a tick for all of that. So when we go on our journey through our gastrointestinal tract, we'll certainly be looking at. So how you can boost your hydrochloric acid is take the juice of a lemon just before a meal, third of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper in a little bit of water just before the meal. That'll wake anything up. Also, just even a third of a cup of hot ginger tea just before the meal. That'll help to stimulate the release of hydrochloric acid. But it's our front line of defence once the food goes into the stomach. But let's say someone's got low hydrochloric acid because they're drinking with their meals, they're eating all day long, they're stressed all the time, little by little hydrochloric acid's getting low. We've got another line of defence. So lining our small intestine are little villi, and these little villi look like this. And the villi have a lacteal going up the middle. And the villi also have a blood capillary network going over them. But what I'm particularly talking about is a thick turf wall that covers the villi that's made up of Lactobacillus acidophilus and Bifidus bacteria. And this thick turf wall, which basically is not in our gut when we're in our mother's womb. When we were in our mother's womb, our gut was sterile, but when we're born, we're literally showered with our mother's microorganisms. Now, I was watching a documentary on the gut, and there was an obstetrician, and he was speaking, and he's the late 70s. He said, we always thought God made a mistake putting the birth canal and the anus so close. He said to the point where 50 years ago, if a woman came in to have a baby, the first thing she was given was an enema to clear out the colon, because they don't want anything coming from that canal going anywhere near where the baby comes out. Notice what he said, we always thought God made a mistake. He said, we now know it's a perfect design. God never makes mistakes. We silly humans think we know a bit better. It's a perfect design. He said, we now realise that when the birth canal opens with that head coming down, the anus also opens and the air's coming out of there. The baby's face hits the air and it goes, and what's that first breath full of? Microorganisms from the mother's colon. Notice what the obstetrician said. We now know it's a perfect design. Also, in the first 3 days after the baby's born, the milk has not come into the breast. What is in the breast is a very thick, creamy, rich substance called colostrum. And that colostrum is a very important part of building the baby's immune system. If the mother's gut flora is compromised, she has a compromised gut flora to give to the baby. So it's very important that in pregnancy the mother ensure that she's got good gut flora. Ideally, she does not take any antibiotics, which is effectively knocks off the good gut flora. In our gastrointestinal tract, lined with this gut flora has 4 main roles. It's responsible for the final breakdown of some of the nutrients in our food.